second video of the chapter Shapes, Space and Pattern. Shapes, Space and Pattern. In the previous video we had discussed about what are different shapes. We had discussed about flat shapes which has only one face and solid shapes which has more than one face. We had discussed that flat shape is called two-dimensional, solid shapes are called three-dimensional. Okay, we had discussed a few flat shapes and we had discussed a few solid shapes also. Here we are going to discuss the same flat shapes and solid shapes, but a little more detail about these shapes. Okay, now let me try to explain you what we are going to discuss here. Here flat shapes are mentioned on this side and solid shapes are mentioned on this side. Okay, we are going to count, we are going to understand about the sides, the corners, the edges, okay, about these details about flat shapes as well as solid shapes. Now coming to flat shapes, we are going to see the sides and the corners. We are going to discuss about the sides and the corners of flat shapes. Now let me explain what is a side. For example, this is a square. Okay, this is a square. What are the sides of the square? The sides. This is a side. Side 1. This is side 2. This is side 3. This is side 4. These are the sides. Okay, these are the sides. Now, how many sides are there in a square? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, how many sides are there in a square? We have 4 sides. Okay. Now, talking about next is corners. Corners, look at the corner, isn't it? So, how many corners are there? 1 corner, 2 corner, 3 corner and 4 corners. So, how many corners are there? There are 4 corners in a square. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, these are called the corners. So, this is the side and these are the corners. Okay. Now, let us go to the next flat shape. That is a rectangle. Let us count how many sides are there in a rectangle. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, how many sides are there in a rectangle? There are 4 sides in a rectangle. Let us count the corners. How many corners are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, how many corners? There are 4 corners in a rectangle. Okay, students. Now, let us come to the third flat shape. Triangle. Okay. First, let us count the sides of a triangle. 1, 2, 3. How many sides are there? There are 3 sides in a triangle. How many corners are there? The 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 corners in a triangle. Next, circle. Now, if you are talking about sides, there is no one fixed side. ऐसा one side ऐसा हम बोल नहीं सकते. यहाँ पे this to this is 1, this to this is 2, this to this is 3. Okay. So here there is no start and end point of any side. So we cannot say that there is a side. This. So how many sides are there? 0. So how many sides are there in a circle? It is 0. And how many corners are there? We cannot see any corner, isn't it? We cannot see any corner in this figure. So the number of corners is also 0. Okay, students. So this is how in a flat shape we can find side and corner. Side, corner, side, corner. No side, no corner. Okay, students. Now let us go to the solid shapes. What is given in solid shape? What are we going to count in the solid shapes? Solid shapes, in that we are going to count corners, edges and faces. Corners, edges and faces. Okay. Now, how can we find corners, edges and faces? Okay. I have brought a box for this. Let us say this is a box. Okay. This is a cube.